Hello, devoted fan base. Um, so this is going to be the first part or the first day of my trip to Washington D.C. It was a 3 day trip in total. Monday and Friday we were leaving. So like Monday we were leaving home and Friday we were leaving D.C. But yeah, I'm gonna try and make this quick because I didn't procrastinate, but like I didn't have like a chance to record at all today, and like my mom's gonna be home in like 20 minutes. Okay, so this day we started fairly later than the rest of them because we didn't know what we were doing. So, we left the house, well, our Airbnb, but we left like around 9:30ish. Got to a park. No, it wasn't really a parking garage. It was more just like a really big parking lot for the metro. And so like we got there and there was like almost no parking. There was two parking spaces. They were just really tight and my dad's car is really big. And so it was like pay to leave and not pay to stay. So my dad goes up to okay, at the when you where you go to leave, there's like a little box thing, and like that's where you go to pay and get like customer support basically. And so we press the little button for customer support, and my dad's like, "Hey, there's no more spaces left." And the guy on the other line was like, "Really? It's full?" And he was like, "Well, I'll tell you what. It's like what, 9:50 right now? You see those little resignated spaces where it says 10 to 2? Yeah, you're going to want to park in one of those. Well, you got 10 minutes, so you can just sit in the spot and wait." We were like, "Okay, we got 10 minutes." So yeah, we sat in a designated parking spot for 10 minutes. Not parked. We were all still in the car, but we sat there for 10 minutes doing literally nothing. And like once it reached 10, we were like, "Okay, the time to go to the metro." And so like it was probably like a 2 minute walk to get from our car to the like metro overpass thing. I don't know what it's called. I guess that would be the entrance. And so like it was like $100 for three of us to have a 3 day pass, which I think is absurd. Um, but so we got on the metro. We were like, "Whoa, this is so cool." Well, my mom's been on the metro before, but it was a new experience for me and dad. So we were loving it. Um, I still have my metro card, but we're planning on going back. So whatever. Um, and so, like, um, I don't remember where we got off, but I do remember that we walked 3 years to the Lincoln Memorial. So, yeah, and then we walked, like 1.5 years to the Washington Monument. And so, while we were there, we were like, "Okay, we're actually gonna rest for a second." And we sat on these benches that were like around the monument. Um, they were like really weird shaped benches, but they were marble, so they were nice and cold. Um, and it was like 70 that day, so really, really helpful. And so, like, this is very important. We sat behind this girl who was like getting ice cream off of her shirt, right? And then, like, after we sat down, like, a few minutes later, well, actually, probably a few seconds later, she, like, got up and left. Um, and mom's like, "Oh, that lady finally left." And I was like, "More room for me." So I laid back, and I was like, "Huh, that's weird. It's, like, really cold right here. Did, like, my shirt get pushed up or something? I don't know. I'm gonna keep laying here in my white shirt." And then I sat up and I was like, oh. And my mom's like, oh. And so apparently that girl, who is a full grown adult woman, by the way, she had left her chocolate ice cream sitting there for no reason. And I stained my white shirt. It's still stained, by the way. It's not fully out, unfortunately. So I was like, oh, that sucks. I'm gonna have to, like, find a bathroom, take this disgusting shirt off, and use my flannel as a button-up in 70-degree weather. Oh, and also I'm wearing jeans and boots. So, yeah. I didn't find a suitable shirt until we got to the Museum of American History. But I got a much better shirt there. It's very spiffy. And, I had to wear that for the rest of the day. Oh, and also, my undershirt, AFAB people, it also got stained. And when I took it off, well, it didn't really stain per se, but when I took it off after we got back to the Airbnb, it was solid where the ice cream had touched it. Like, it was crusty. Yeah, that was fun. But I had to wear a black shirt with jeans and boots in 70-degree weather. And, actually, well, I think that might have been after. But, as we were transferring to another museum, before we got the new shirt, we stopped at a food truck that had, like, ice cream and bubble tea. And we were like, oh, this is so cool. So both my parents got smoothies. And I was like, I'm going to be quirky and different. I want the mango boba tea. And fun fact, I really like pink drinks from Starbucks, right? And they have coconut milk in them. And every time I have a pink drink, I get a little stomach ache afterwards. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. And both me and my mom were like, oh, it's probably from when I downed it. So I took a sip of this bubble tea, and it was very milky, which I didn't expect. It didn't have a lot of that, like, mango flavor. Like, it tasted a lot like milk. And then, like, a few minutes afterwards, I was like, oh, my stomach kind of hurts. This probably has coconut milk in it. So, okay. So, fast forward, my dad loses his souvenirs. We find them. We go to the Smithsonian Art Museum, and I am dying. Like, I'm in the most painful pain I've ever been in. And I'm like, oh my god, I have to get to a bathroom now. Spoiler alert, that didn't help. I was just like, I want to go back to the Airbnb. And so my parents were like, oh, okay, I guess we'll leave then. Went through all that security for nothing. So, like, as we were walking back to the metro, Dad's like, get your metro cards out. So, oh, and also keep in mind we have fanny packs and not, like, purses because big city. And so I guess I must have left mine open. So I took my wallet out, took out my Metro card, put my wallet back in my fanny pack, or so I thought. So, like, we get through stuff, we sit down at a bench, and so I notice that my fanny pack is open, and I'm like, huh, that's weird. Where's my wallet that has $20 in there? And so, like, I go rummaging through it. I go through all the pockets, and I'm like, huh, that's weird. My wallet isn't in here. So my mom's like, okay, I'll go look for it. And I start sobbing. So after like what felt like 3 years, my dad's like, let's go look for it. So we get back up the escalators, and my mom's talking to like the metro police, I guess. And I guess so somebody had found it and turned it in. Which, thank God for that, because A, it's Kate Spade, and apparently that's an expensive brand, and B, my uncle got it for me, and C, it had $20 in it. We had to file some paperwork to get it back, but I got it back. Crazy day. And then we just had, like, store-bought Chinese for dinner. I spent a lot of time in the bathroom after all of that. I'm still suffering the consequences from the crappy boba. I heart DC. Okay. Next part will be up next week, probably. If it won't be up tomorrow, it'll be up next week. But yeah, see y'all later.